Okay, got a 2003 Mini Cooper S R53, and we have the dreaded broken dipstick tube. Now, I'm going to show you what is involved in removing the actual outer tube. First of all, you need to remove the bumper. Now, you've got a little screw inside the front wheel arch housing that comes up through here. That goes into these screws here. You've got one on either side. You've got little T30, I think, little screws that hold this up to here. Then you've got to remove the whole front aluminium bumper behind. A selection of nuts and bolts you need to remove for that. You then need to remove these little plastic pins here. These go inside this like that to spread them apart, and that's what holds the radiator assembly. They go up into those holes there, you see. And again, you've got one on either side. Now you are going to need to remove the top radiator hose. You shouldn't lose too much coolant if you remove it and put it up like that. There's a little bracket that goes on here that holds this, you can just see it inside there, a little clip that's bolted into there that supports the middle of that coolant hose. So remove that out of the way, lift that up, and with that up in the air, you're not going to lose too much from there. You're also not going to lose too much from this side. Now you can just pull the whole assembly out like that. I've got it supported with a little axle stand so you don't lose too much coolant. Of course, we're going to have to bleed it again afterwards just to make sure we get all the air out. Anyway, what's holding this tube in, you've got one bolt here which you can see from inside, but the tricky one that you can't see is, hold on, camera. Okay, there we go. It goes all the way through to the back there. Now it actually goes in that hole there. Now you see this bracket here? I've actually bent that around because that, you can see that's all part of the dipstick tube. Now you've got these hoses at the top. Now I've been a bit lazy. I could have removed those hoses, but you know what? Just thought I'm going to bend that little bracket on the dipstick tube around, and that's going to help this to come out. And then you're going to need to just lift it out, and it will come out just like that. Let's take the outer bit out, bring it through here like that, and wiggle it about. Trying to do this with one hand. Hold on. I've already had it out, so it should come out easy enough. There we go. Now there is wiring harness that is fixed to those two holes there. But you see that bracket there, how I've bent that round? I can bend that straight again once it's back in place. So no big deal. Now the annoying thing for me is I bought this car not too long ago, and the dipstick was already broken when I bought it. Now I've just taken all this front end off and removed this tube, and guess what? There's no dipstick in there. Somebody's already removed it. So this has all been a complete waste of time. I could have just put the brand new dipstick that I bought. I could have put it straight in, but of course I didn't want to do that because I didn't know if the end was still in there, and I didn't want to poke it in further than it needed to be. So you know what, it didn't take too long to get this back off, and give me a chance to have a good look around now and make sure that there's nothing else that needs my attention. So there you go, enjoy.